Imagine a world with no Google, no smartphones, and absolutely no way for anyone to track where you are. To Gen Z or Gen Alpha, this might sound like a scene from a horror movie, but for us, it was just a typical Tuesday. We're standing in a very unique spot in human history. We are the last analog primates, the final generation to remember what life felt like before the internet changed everything. Today, let's talk about the psychology of Gen X and the real reason why the whole world is suddenly looking back at us. The right to be disconnected. These days, we're connected 24/7. Notifications, work emails, endless social feeds. We feel anxious if we're away from our phones for even a minute. But remember our childhood? We were the generation that took the right to be disconnected for granted. We were the latchkey kids. We walked home alone with a key around our necks. Our parents were at work, and we spent our afternoons watching cartoons or playing outside until the streetlights came on. Our parents had no real-time GPS to track us. It wasn't neglect, it was freedom. In that solitude, we learned how to make our own decisions and solve our own problems. The art of waiting. Nowadays, you can get an answer to any question in 3 seconds, but back then, we learned the art of waiting. We waited for hours by the radio with our fingers on the record button to catch our favorite song. We sent handwritten letters and waited a week or even 2 just for a reply. That waiting process gave us resilience. It taught us to value the journey, not just the destination. Unlike the instant dopamine hits of today's world, we know the deep satisfaction of something earned through patience. That's why the modern world sometimes feels suffocating to us. Our bodies use the latest smartphones, but our souls still crave the analog pace. The parenting paradox, raised by wolves, raising lambs. The most interesting thing about us is how we parent. We were the survivors, the kids who rode bikes without helmets and spent all day in the dirt. We were raised like wolves. But look at us now. We're the ones checking tracking apps every 5 minutes and stressing over every little cry, worried about our kids' emotional development. It's a paradox. The free spirits have become helicopter parents. Maybe it's a subconscious reaction to the lack of supervision we had, but this constant vigilance is making us the most exhausted parents in history. The corporate bridge between boomers and Gen Z. At work, we're in a tough spot. We were raised by baby boomer bosses who demanded total loyalty to the grind. Now we're managing Gen Z employees who rightfully demand a work-life balance. We are the only ones who speak both languages. We filter the boss's old-school demands and translate them for the team, while trying to explain the team's needs to the higher-ups. And who ends up doing the actual heavy lifting? Yeah, it's us. We're caught between analog work ethics and digital efficiency, fighting burnout every single night. Outro: why we are still strong. But don't forget, we are the most resilient generation. We survived the massive wave from analog to digital. We know how to find our way without a GPS and how to be happy without a screen. Tonight, maybe try putting the phone down for a moment. Find that quiet time we used to have. You're doing a great job, and you've worked incredibly hard. I see the strength behind those tired eyes. What's the one thing you miss most from the pre-internet era? Let me know in the comments. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe.